guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I am doing wonderful today. It is a little overcast, it's been sprinkling a little bit, but that's good. I like it. Um, it's a little bit cool. You see, I have my jacket on as usual. It's just barely 70 degrees, so a little bit cool, but just really perfect weather. So don't have to run the air conditioner, don't got to run the heat, so that's perfect. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is when you're dealing with disappointment, when things don't work out the way we want them to, and how, what's going on and how you're handling it. And, I really never know what Spirit is going to have me guide me to speak about until I really just sit down here and get a download. And then when I get a download and everything comes to me, then I can turn on the camera and start telling you guys. So, when you're really young and things don't go your way, like a teenager or something, well, when you're really young, you're a little bitty kid, you could just scream and holler when things don't go your way. But when you get a little bit older, and maybe things aren't going your way, maybe you're trying to buy a car, maybe you're trying to get a loan, something like that. Um, or, maybe you're trying to get a date with somebody. Maybe you finally, got the nerve to ask somebody out and they turned you down, Or maybe you want to go out and do something with your friends and your mom says, "I don't think so. Not today. You're not going. You're not doing it." And you're like, "Why not?" Um, Most young people haven't developed the skills to handle disappointment very well. A lot of young people, some have, but teenagers, they can become very angry, insolent, and very difficult to deal with. We all have been through the teenage years, so even if you don't have a teenager, you remember being a teenager, or maybe you remember your sibling, how they acted, right? I always thought as a teenager, of course, I did my share, definitely. But then I saw my sister. She was older. She got into a lot of trouble, and I kind of learned my lessons through her and didn't want to do that. But there were other things I had to learn, so I wasn't perfect, that's for sure. But uh, when you're that young, you just really don't have the skills to handle disappointment very well. And my grandson has gone through a struggle himself. And he's working on getting his license. He turned 16 years old in December of last year. And ever since then, he's been accumulating his hours. So what you do when your parents are going to teach you how to drive, you go through a company. He did it. They all did it online. That is certified. That will certify all the work that's being done, all the paperwork, and so he's accumulating all his hours of driving. His mother's been writing them down. He's been driving to school every day and back, and then in between whenever he can. He has band and also he's got a full schedule. So it's taken him a while to accumulate all the hours, but his mother's been very careful, and she really wants to make sure that he knows how to drive and that he's confident and skillful before he gets his license. So he's done all the work. He really, really has. He goes to the DMV to get his license, and there's a paper missing. There's something missing, a certification paper that company didn't provide. And to nobody's fault, not his fault, not his mother's fault or father's fault, nobody's fault, he cannot get his driver's license. And, for a teenage boy, that is tough. Somebody that's really been working. I have to say that he handled it very well, but that was in front of me. I know that he does have some anger issues, but he seemed to be hanging in there pretty well. And he has another shot maybe on Wednesday. They're not sure if the paperwork will go through or not. And he may have to go through the whole thing again. They may have to change companies and then him do all the driving all over again. Yeah. And I'm sure he's not too happy with that. I'm sure he's not. Who would be? But there's a reason for it. There is a reason. So me and my husband both, we talked a little bit to our grandson. I'm sure his parents had already talked to him. We didn't want to, just push it on him. So we just tried to tell him everything happens for a reason, because it does. And we both believe this wholeheartedly. There's a reason he didn't get his license right now. There's a reason. Now, there has been a little bit of issues with how he's driving. So he does know how to drive, and he can drive just fine. But when he gets angry, he might drive a little too fast. So there has been some issues with his driving. And, there's a reason why things don't go smoothly. There's a reason why he's not getting his license right this minute, right now, right when he wants it, that he has to wait and he has to be disappointed. But you have to understand that the universe is at work here, and all of us, the grandparents, the parents, all are, just asking that he's blessed and taken care of and made safe all the time. We're always praying for him. We're always sending, love to these children, these grandchildren. So there's a lot of people involved that are, praying for the best for him, even his other grandmother. So I look at it like this, and this is what Spirit wants to convey, that even though you might be disappointed and things might be delayed, it can be just for your own good, because, we can't imagine, or we can't know what might happen if he had gotten his license and drove off that day. Maybe something terrible. Maybe he would have been in a terrible accident. We don't know. But we look at it like it's protection. When things don't work out the way you want them to at the time you want them to, you have to look at it as protection from the universe. The universe is protecting you from something. You might not understand it or know what's going on, but you are receiving protection. And that's what we told our grandson. And the person that you've wanted to date for so long, and you've got the nerve to ask them out, and then they say, no thank you, I don't want to date you. You get turned down, and you feel humiliated and disappointed. But you know what? That could be the universe letting you know if that person wasn't right for you. And had you gone on a date with them, maybe you guys would have gotten together, and maybe it would have taken you months to figure out you really don't, that's not the right person for you. Might have been a lot of headache, a lot of bother, a lot of problems, just knocking your heads, figuring out you guys aren't a match, right? So look at it like that. The universe is protecting you from having to go through a long, drawn-out process. So when you're focusing on the things that you want in your life, or something that you need, and if you're wanting to get a loan, maybe you go get a mortgage for a house, maybe you just buying a huge TV, a huge piece of furniture, something expensive. So you want everything to work out. Of course, you want that item. You want it. You want a new car. You want a new home, whatever it is. But next time that you're going to make a huge purchase, or there's something that you really want, and you're starting with a prayer, instead of saying, please God, let me get this. It just never works out for me, and I really need it this time. And, I've tried before in the past and it just hasn't happened. Please let it happen now. Please let me get this loan. I want to move into this new home. Instead of praying like that, how about you change it a little bit, okay? Change it up. Try it a little differently. So you've done your little homework. You found the car that you like, or you found the home that you like, and it's perfect for you in every way. And, before you apply for that loan, for that item, say a little prayer, or, you can say a prayer, or you can ask the universe, whichever appeals to you. It really doesn't matter. It's okay. Just ask, if this loan is for my highest good, if this is, a sound car for me, if this is the home that I'm supposed to be living in, if this is the furniture I'm supposed to get, whatever it is, and that I'll be able to make all the payments without any problems. Bless me with this loan. Thank you. So, you know, if it does or doesn't work out, you know that your prayers are answered. And you should always face everything in that way, in that regard. You know, there's a reason for all our prayers. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything, you guys. There's a reason why we bless our food. You know, God blesses food is because the blessing of that food is going into our bodies and nourishing our bodies energetically as well as physically and metabolically. Okay, so know that the universe is always working in your favor when you're manifesting your life. Now, some people don't manifest their life. They're just going to go with the flow and go with the wind and see what happens, right? And then when you're get to a point that you want something, you're like, why didn't this happen? But you really need to take control of your life and start manifesting it. You know, you can imagine yourself driving a new car. The more you can use your imagination when you're wanting something, desiring something, thinking about it, bringing it into your life, the more that you can see how it fits into your life. So you just imagine that new car smell. You imagine yourself driving to work in a new car, or you know, going and picking up your your friend in a new car and say, "Look what I got here." The more that you can create that emotional connection to that car, the easier and faster that you'll be able to manifest it. And that's why people create vision boards. It's to help them imagine how it feels to have that in their life already. But remember, when you create these vision boards, it's very, very important not just to get up in the mornings and look at your board. I don't got that house yet, but I sure hope I'm going to get it. You got to really feel what it feels like to have it. You just look at the house and feel yourself walking into it, how beautiful it is. All the rooms are painted just the way that you want them. What color curtains do you have? Are you going to have mini blinds? Are you going to have open windows? What are you going to do? You know, just as many details as you can and think about how wonderful it is. So that is a good way for you to manifest what you want into your life with anything that you want, okay? And when the time is right, the universe will match up your desires when the time is right. Now, that's the only thing. When will the time be right? That's the key to it all, right? We just keep manifesting until it happens. And I really don't have anything to tell you about the timing of it because timing is just kind of weird. I think the more that you can focus on what it is you want and the more energy you put into that, you can shorten the time. But don't get upset. Don't get worried. Don't be angry that you don't have what you want this instant or within weeks or a month. Don't give up, okay? It will still come. And I can tell you something that happened today that it's the truth. That I manifested something wonderful that I've been wishing for a long, long time. Honestly, it's been a few years now, quite a few years. So my husband has a lot of junk around the house. Um, you know, my husband is the kind of person that is, I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to take it to Goodwill because I might need it, you know? So he's got a lot of junk that he talks himself out of getting rid of. Uh, and also my daughter has moved in and, you know, she's divorced. So she has all her household items and she's kind of moved them all into the garage. Then my husband has a whole bunch of junk. And he's got some stuff on the outside of the house too. It's starting to look like a little junkyard around here, and I don't like it at all. I really don't. And I'm always just imagining in my mind that I'm loading up all that junk that we don't need. I will go through it and I'll think, I can take this and put it on the back of a truck. So a bunch of junk. That's around the house. We got an old fire pit. We have an old, what is it, pressure pump tank. It's huge. It's 4 foot tall. That's sitting on the side of my house. It's so ugly. And it's blue. It's blue. It's stark blue. It's so ugly. I wanted it gone. There's, so, you know, it's just such an eyesore. where do you bring those things? You have to bring them to the dump or something. Where's a dump? I don't know. And I would always see that we get a truck. Now, my son-in-law has a truck, and I always say, we're going to go get his truck. We're going to load all this stuff on the truck. And I just see all the junk that I'm trying to get rid of. There's so much. There's an old fire pit. There's that pressure pump. What else was there? Oh, some metal railing that he had a bunch of metal railing all in a corner by the garage. And I'm thinking some heavy wind and it's going to go through the window of the grandson, because it's close to his room. And it just really bothered me, okay? But this pressure pump, it's been sitting there probably more than 5 years, honestly. So it's a long time, and I'm more than ready to get rid of it. Well, I have in my garage, I have an old oven. So that we replaced our oven last year, and we put the old oven in the garage because you never know when you need another oven part, right? And we got an extra refrigerator and put it, an old one. Somebody was getting rid of it, and so we got an old refrigerator and put it in our garage. And then we had we needed to make some room because we didn't have room for an old oven and a new refrigerator for us. It's an old new refrigerator. So my husband took it out and put it right in front of the garage yesterday. And I went up and I took a picture of it and I said, I'm going to put this on Facebook and see if anybody wants it. They can have it. If they'll just come and get it, they can have it. And he said, yeah, that's a good idea. He was ready to get rid of it. We needed 2 refrigerators, y'all, because we got 3 people buying groceries here in my refrigerator. You can't even find anything. It's so packed. You can't find what you need. So it was a blessing. Somebody was giving it away and they delivered it to me. It was such a wonderful thing. I was so blessed to receive that refrigerator. Perfect. And they also had a freezer, and we picked that up and we brought it to my daughter and gave it to her. So it was a little freezer chest, 3 cubic foot freezer chest. But that's neither here nor there. It's just, goodness comes and goes. It goes around. It's such a blessing. It's so wonderful. So anyway, I put this oven on Facebook yesterday. I started getting, how it is when you put it on the market square, they want it, and then the radio silence. Is this available? Yes. Then they don't answer again. You're like, okay. Next. So this morning this man said, I'll come and get it. And he said, I'll give you $50 for it. And I'm like, what? Okay. And I said, I have some other things too. Would you be interested in them? And he said, yeah, I haul junk. That's what I do. And I'm like, okay, well, come on out here. And he said, I can be out there in an hour because we live, north of San Antonio. So I'm pretty sure he was from San Antonio. And he brought a pickup truck out here. Let me tell you guys, I have 2 old water softeners that are sitting collecting dust. That old fire pit, that old pump, storage pump, whatever it is, all that metal stuff, he took it all. It was so nice. We had, my daughter, she cuts hair. There was an old stylist chair, shampoo chair. I got rid of it all. I mean, he took everything. Oh, there was a little refrigerator that wasn't working anymore. He took that. It was on the patio here, just taking up space. Old microwave that didn't work. He took that. His truck was completely full. He took bed frames, those metal bed frames, a whole bunch of those, all this heavy metal stuff. He took everything. I was so blessed. I was so happy that I got rid of all this stuff. It was my dream come true. And I told him, I don't want any money. I don't want any money. Thank you. I don't want nothing. I gave him, he had a helper with him, an older man. Maybe they were related. I don't know. I gave him a bottle of water each, and I was just like so pleased. I was so happy. I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He was so strong, and he was able to just put everything on his truck. He had a treasure full of stuff. I mean, it was completely full. He could not have put another thing on there, honestly, after he got everything in there. So, you know, to me, it was a blessing. I had received a brand new refrigerator from this, not a brand new, but new to me. It's an older refrigerator. I had received a refrigerator from for free yesterday and a freezer that I gave to my daughter. And this man was coming and taking all this junk that I've been dreaming of getting rid of. I didn't want any money for it. You know, just pay it forward. You can have it. I got something, you get something too. I'm so grateful that I have finally manifested my dream of clearing, my property of all this junk that was around it. Uh, it really was a dream come true for me, honestly. Now, if it wasn't this exact man, would somebody else have come and taken all that stuff, right? There was other people that were responding to my ad in marketplace, but this one person, he was the person that took it all, that picked it all up, that took everything that I wanted out of here. He was the right one for the job. So, even though it took a while to manifest what I wanted, it was the perfect timing. I'm sure that this blessed this man. I'm sure that he's going to be able to make money off from these items, whatever he's going to do. He told me he was going to, he has some plans for some of the items that he fixes some of them and sells them. And the fire pit that he took, it was a huge fire pit. He says that he's going to fix that up and he's going to use that himself. So it was good. So, it was the right timing. This was things that he could use and he could make money off, and this is how he makes his living. So don't be disappointed when things don't work out at the time that you thought they would, or when and if you thought they would. When it's right, the universe will bring it all together. And that is a great example of what happened to me today, of how all the timing works out perfectly. It was really so beautiful, really is. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys today. I never know what spirit, you know, will guide me to tell y'all about, but this was perfect because this is something that uh, I received, and then I manifested for myself, and I received, and another person received too. So it's all working out and paying forward, and it's just really beautiful. But you guys, I really appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to these. I hope they're helpful to you. I'm on this journey with you together, and as we seek the light and follow our paths, we're going to do it together because I'm just like you guys. And as things unfold for me, I'm going to, guide you, and hopefully you can learn from some experiences that I have. But I'm still doing readings, and on the daily. I'm busy all the time, you guys. I really, really am. I'm so thankful my husband is at the gym today, and I'm able to make a video. And I was able to get rid of all this stuff because he wasn't here. He would have let the man have all the stuff, I'm sure, because, I wouldn't want him upset with me when he came home. But I'm still doing readings if you need a reading. My email is down below. If you would like a healing session with me, y'all know that is near and dear to my heart. That's really what I love to do, is do healing sessions for people. I do them daily also. If you email me and give me a name of a person or yourself, even if I'm not getting right back to you, I promise you I'm doing the healing session for you. I have a lot on my plate, a lot to do. Not only am I working from home, but I have 2 grandchildren here, and I have a husband that requires lots of care. So I'm busy all the time, honestly. But I love it. I love staying busy. There's not enough hours in the day. I get so busy that I'm so amped up. Like last night, I couldn't even go to sleep. I could not fall asleep. It was 4:30. I was still awake. I'm like, I could have gotten done so much instead of laying here. But everybody's asleep. You can't make too much noise, Go clean the house. I can't. Kids are sleeping. But anyway, if you send me the name of the person that you would like a healing session for, know that I'm going to follow through. I am going to do that healing session Even if I don't email you for 3 days later, I guarantee you I've done the healing session, okay? And then I might go back and go, I want to let you know I did the healing session, okay? So don't feel bad if I don't return your email quickly, okay? What else? If you feel, you feel like you're having a blockage, if you need your chakras balanced, I love doing that too, and grounding energy and doing that, helping people do that. You just feel like it's heavy, you need an energy cleanse, we can do all that. If you're home, you feel like something's off in your home, or there's been a lot of tension in your home, or you've had a lot of arguments going on in your home, you just feel like you need to transmute that energy, get rid of it, and just, get it out of there. I can help you with that also. So I like doing that for people. That's when I do that, I go through, each room in your home and just cleanse the energy in your home. And I can tell you I can pinpoint and tell you where it's coming from and where exactly it is. And you'll be surprised about that, because a lot of you have had the energy cleanse and you know what I'm talking about. But if you need that, let me know. You can have a guest come in your house with some, not so nice energy. And that's what happens a lot of time. People are doing business in their homes, or they have somebody come and visit them, and they're bringing in some kind of energy that they wish they'd left with. I wish you would have taken that when you were gone, but it kind of stayed in your house. Now you need it gone. Also, you could have an open portal in your home that, even though you're getting an energy cleanse, it keeps coming back. That energy keeps coming back. We have to close those portals. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your house. We can take care of all of it at once. We can do the energy cleanse, make sure there's no portals open. If there is, we'll close them. Okay? So if there's anything that you need, let me know. Just email me. I'm here to help you, okay? So drop me a line and let me know what you need, and I'll get back to you very, very soon. I usually, within 24 hours, and a lot of times I'll email you back before then. So, and of course, my true path is being of service and sending healing, and that is the closest thing to my heart. So I really look forward to hearing from you all very soon, and if doing anything that I can to help you, honestly. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in. I love you so much. God bless you all, and I will be back soon to talk to you. Bye for now. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you.